Oh, wow. Forgive me, by the way, if I'm a little bit more disorganized than usual. Normally, I would want to script out something like this pretty precisely, but I wanted to bring it back to just us. It's just the way that this whole thing started. It's a conversation between us. And sorry that I keep getting emotional about this. I'll try not to, but it's a big deal. You know, like, if you think about it, this was our baby. Has been going for 13 years. This has been a literal third of my life. And I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss this. I value what we have here. I value this conversation, this openness, this relationship that we share. And I'm sad that I won't be able to see you every week. Which then I guess prompts the question of, like, why? Why am I doing this now? Why am I making this announcement today? Why am I walking away? We have known this would be coming for the last 3 years. We weren't sure it was necessarily going to be today. We didn't know exactly when it would fall, but we knew it was going to happen eventually. We knew that we couldn't do this forever. We knew that, honestly, we didn't want to do this forever. For as much as I love you, I don't love late nights. I don't love the fact that this relationship have been work first for over a decade, where I'm sitting down at dinner with my best friend and we're talking about business logistics. I miss the days where I could just sit down on the couch and play video games. Well, to be honest, it was Tom Scott. You can blame Tom Scott. I want to be able to fly away in a helicopter with Tom Scott. Tom was here on the couch with me, and he actually denied that the moon existed, and he has been so committed ever since. So committed, in fact, that I told him, hey, you do realize that you're going to have to read every single FNAF book? And he's like, boom, he did it. And we're up here going crazy in the FNAF attic. If nothing else, I think that really proves his level of commitment and also his appropriate level of insanity. So that's a big reason. That was a big one right there. Another sad fact of the matter is I'm getting older. I think I'm like the only 37-year-old out there who has an unironic appreciation of Skibidi Toilet. This is all about us being honest. But also just my life has changed in the last 13 years. I mentioned Tom Scott. He's the coolest little dude. And I watch him, and he has so much fun. And he is so much smarter. He also probably knows the FNAF lore better than I do. Honestly, I want to be able to spend more time with him. There is a bit of a selfish side to this. You either just decide the day that you stop, or you watch as your passion slowly dies. And for me, I always wanted to go out on a high note. And when you stop and look at the last year, this has been the best year in this relationship. That's amazing. And it wasn't cringe. That right there, that is incredible. And that's the note that I want to leave on. And that's how you just know it's the right time. All of those reasons coming together, saying, hey, this is the moment. And that's hard to say, because change is scary. Change is hard. But sometimes the right decision isn't the easy decision. The easy decision would just be to carry on doing this, but that wouldn't be the right decision. I think the best way to explain it is with a video game analogy. Feels appropriate, right? Whoa! But the way I like to think about it is Earthbound. I think I've made it pretty clear over the years that that is, without question, my favorite game of all time. At the end of Earthbound, after you save the world, everything opens up to you. You can revisit every single location that you've been to. You can talk to every NPC that you met on your journey. And it's this incredible moment as a gamer. You see just how many lives have been impacted thanks to your journey. And then after spending as much time as you want talking to all those people, you end up back home. You go back to where it all began, where you were just a kid, waking up in bed and starting your adventure. And even though your mom's there, your dog's there, and your weird telephone dad's there, it feels different somehow. Like, sure, this is still a place of love and acceptance and comfort and security, but you just don't quite fit anymore. Because you just traveled the world. You made all these new friends. You are different. You grew up. And your relationship to this place grows up. It evolves. So anyway, there you have it. That is why I'm leaving. I hope you can understand. But that obviously begs the question of, like, what happens now? Well, for the next 10 weeks, we're going to have ourselves a big old going away party. Over the next 10 weeks, we're going to have a bunch of fun, getting some closure on things. We're going to see some familiar faces, a lot of awesome stuff. I have been fortunate. I have been so blessed over the last 13 years. But I think now it's time to give someone else a shot. And to be honest, you're never gonna get another Matpat either. But you can have Markiplier. In a lot of ways, we almost function kind of like the Doctor Who. So, you know, my era is fading away and someone new is coming in. Maybe this is the David Tennant to Matt Smith transition, right? I was good, solid series of episodes right there. But I realize that I'm getting off track here. So back to the question, who's taken over? First off, it's not going to one person, but rather 4. I would not wish my schedule on anyone. I should probably do my best to try and make it more sustainable for them. It's also going to people that you're already familiar with. You've seen them here on the couch with me. You've sometimes seen them washing their hair with me in my own shower. Don't read too much into that, but it is accurate. But I think it's time for someone else to have that honor. And that just kind of leaves us with one final question, right? Which is, what about me? You know, where do I go? Do I just retire to a beach somewhere? Do I whip a nene off into the distance? I want to create the perfect fantasy sports team. I have family recipes that I'm constantly looking to refine. I have a lo-fi mystery series that I think you're really going to dig. It's basically like if you took a lo-fi channel and applied an ARG narrative to it, it becomes lore-fi. And those are just the immediate things that I have on my to-do list because I still want to give those things to you because I think you'll like them. You matter to me. You are so important to me. It's an honor, right? I've been thinking a lot about my time and the evolution that we've gone to together. In the beginning, right, I was kind of like the edgy older brother where I would talk about like, oh, did you know that Link is dead? And then at a certain point, I evolved into Dad Pat, right? I became a little bit more mature. I ended up talking about Luigi's bulge. That felt like the right decision. At this point, I think I'm kind of evolving into a Grandpa Pat, you know, for lack of a better term. And just like your grandparents, you don't get to see me all the time. And I don't get to see you all the time. And maybe we call and talk to each other every once in a while. But at the end of the day, that grandpa loves getting to see you. And the love that he has for you, it doesn't go away. That grandpa is so proud of you. And he cherishes the relationship that you've had so much. And he is so honored to be a part of your life. And if you see him on the street, we'll hang out. And hopefully he brings you cool, fun gifts. I know this is going to sound cheesy, but I love you. I do. I think we've been able to achieve something great here. You have taken me on the wildest, craziest 13-year ride of my life. And I'm so grateful. Grandpa Pat is going to sign out now, and I'll be around for a couple more weeks. I'll be living around the house for a while. We'll have a big family reunion celebration. Then I'll go off to my little shack in the woods, my retirement home down in Florida, and I'll pop in every once in a while. And with that, I'm going to say, for one of the final times, not the final time, but one of the final times, as always, remember, it's just a theory. A game theory. Thank you.